Gamer Legion run on their home map of Ancient.
A hugely impressive and much needed victory for Fnatic. Doesn't quite seal them the deal of going to London, but does put them one step closer. And beating Gamer Legion, that is what dreams are made of for a team of their level right now.
That is a massive win for Fnatic. As you said, they haven't qualified yet for London, but they put themselves only one step away in a lower bracket where it's possible to make a bit of an upset. We know the other group has Spirit in the lower bracket. Let's be honest, there's no way Fnatic would ever beat Spirit. But here, there's an opportunity. NaVi or M80, that's possible. The last round right here, winning a 3v5, good trading coming into it. It felt like it was poised to happen at this point. Also, the VRS, we know they're currently playing at a LAN environment because they're playing a simultaneous tournament at LAN to gain more VRS.
Yeah.
Winning Gamer Legion right here, that gave them an awful lot of points. This is about to turn out to be a very good week for Fnatic.
And not only that, I mean, they look great while doing it. I think Gamer Legion had their moments. Fnatic had moments where they gave rounds away, but I think overall their macro looked amazing. They played that mid battle so effectively, and Gamer Legion started to find a solution. But then you can respect that they needed a little bit of individual prowess to push them over the line. It is T-side Ancient after all. I think Fnatic looked great.
They really did look great, and so did BlameF. We were talking about him, we were highlighting him a lot of what he can do, and he was doing his best work on Ancient here.
Yeah, it was good to see BlameF show up here at Blast. He was a little slow to get started on train overall, as of recently though, as he said, it may be a little bit more inconsistent than he used to be, but make no mistake, BlameF is still one hell of a player, and when he's firing on all cylinders, as I said, he's a talisman for Fnatic. The longer they can keep him, the longer they can convince him that there's still potential within this lineup, the better. No BlameF, no Fnatic.
BlameF, for a time, I think, was the best trade fragger in the world. Partly when he was on Complexity, on Astralis, he never missed a trade frag. On this Fnatic roster recently, he's been going out first a lot. We mentioned he was 0-6 in opening kills on Train. You saw Cypher trading off of him. I think he does so well on maps like this, where you have Cypher, you have Fear even getting those entries, you have Jambo entering with the up, and then BlameF can play his pace. When BlameF can play at his pace, he is arguably a player that could enter the top 20 in the world. He could join a team like Astralis, but he needs to be playing at his pace. They let him play at his pace in this map.
And just think of this, right? Fnatic got to play a grand final in a few hours, right? This is a nice confidence boost, is that? You know, that's going to put you a little extra spring in your step.
Bro, it's a massive confidence boost. They can win a LAN, you know, they now gained a lot of VRS. They have a chance again tomorrow to maybe secure a spot for London. It's massive right now for Fnatic, regardless of how it's going to end up later today.
Well, talking London, we need to talk to Cypher. He's joining us for the interview after this solid performance. Cypher, that's one hell of an important victory and a big team to take down. Just give me your thoughts and feeling on that game.
I mean, it's always good to be a fellow Brit. Obviously, Ash, you know, coaching Gamer Legion. It's always nice. But, you know, we played good games. We bounced off each other really well. We had great ideas.
Sniamo sutra ide preko
Cypher, you
sutra
had a bit
live.
of a rough start, so to speak, in Fnatic. It's still early days. Are you starting to feel more and more comfortable playing in the New Jersey?
Yeah, I mean, again, like, everyone's made me feel really good, like, at home. Involved me in every single round and all this. This was really good. I just need to keep working on my individual performance. Recently, it's been really rough, but I mean, I'm slowly getting back, so it's good.
When it comes to you, you go for a lot of entries. Sometimes those are going well for you. Sometimes it feels like you're just putting your team into a 4v5. But does it feel like your team is kind of enabling you? They're just letting you off the leash and you can do anything you want? Or are they trying to kind of rein you back sometimes with these aggressive kind of extremity plays on B ramp, for example? Is it something they're pushing you to do more?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of the role, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I do troll, maybe overpeak, overstep a certain boundary, like in a game, but I think that's kind of the way I play, you know? And they know the give and takes of what I bring to a team. And I think my role is actually, if I'm not getting entries, I'm still there to create space, you know? And I think I do that really well. Like, I activate my teammates, so...
Cypher, give us a vibe check. You're playing a LAN final in a couple of hours. You just beat Gamer Legion now as well. You're new to the team, new to the environment. How's the vibes in the Fnatic camp right now?
The vibes are good, to be honest. The vibes are very good. I mean, yesterday was a brutal day. We had like 6 hours sleep, was up to 9 to 2 a.m. It was kind of losing our minds, but other than that, it was pretty good. Good vibes.
Well, Cypher, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck in the grand final. Go get that win, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Goodbye.
Always well spoken, always well mannered, and you can see it, right? He's getting adjusted, he's getting used to it, but this is just confidence being shown and shining.
I'll say it like this, with the way we've seen NaVi struggle lately, with the way we've seen M80 play as well, it's not out of the question to think Fnatic could actually book a spot for London.
Yeah, this was a matchup where I thought this is within reaching distance for
sad što nas
Fnatic,
dolazi,
Top Set
brat.
Gamer Legion. They do it. I think,
Ma rekao,
as you're
kakav
saying,
si, brate, si
NaVi,
dobar.
the way they've been playing, this is
Danas
within
ću da
reaching
probam da
distance. Still
pogodim
an
5
upset,
puta
but it's
kvotu 1.30
achievable.
But you're not even seeing
sa
M80
startom
and M80 is
1000
playing
i
against
po pa
NaVi
nadalje.
next. So enjoy some interviews and we'll be back real soon with the game.
1500.
This is London!
Vidjet ćemo šta će biti sljedeće.
Looking at the teams that are
Opet
still here in this
Tottenham
side of the
mrtvi, brate,
bracket,
svi.
how confident are you? Do you still believe you can make this run?
I am super confident in the fact that we can make it. I think the whole team is. We just need to show it on the server today.
And if things start to go wrong or things start to go badly, do you have some ideas? Do you have some solutions now?
I mean, we just need to forget about the you know, frustrating rounds, because we only have
Da,
we
da.
only have now 2 best of 3s in order to qualify.
Yeah.
And there's no room for error, but there's also no room to be frustrated if we're still in the game. So yeah, that's the number one thing.
Today you're facing NaVi, but no overpass will be played here. It's their permaban. You showed it wasn't a problem against Virtus Pro. Do you think you can do the same here?
Yeah, I think right now in Counter-Strike, if you count out the very top,
Da,
every
sad ćemo
team is
baciti,
struggling a
brate,
little
jedan
bit,
game,
so I
drugi
think
game,
it's a
G2,
perfect opportunity
Liquid,
for us
ovo,
now
ono.
to beat NaVi,
Otehim
who have looked
govno.
very good at times, but also have been
Ja ću
shown
da probam
a
danas
lot
da
of signs
pogodim
of weakness,
pet
so I think
utakmice,
this is a
brate,
very
sve po
nice
1.30, ali da
timing for us to
prebacujem,
play them.
brate, ono,
They're still
sam
trying to
ceo
slot in
iznos,
Makaze, who
dok ne
like
pogodim
has
5.
really high highs, but
Možda
maybe, you
puknem na
know,
prvu, brate, ko
makes the
zna,
team
možda
a little
NaVi
bit
bude
more
mentalska ekipa,
unstable
pa
in
ono.
some ways. So I think this is a perfect timing for us to beat NaVi.
Well, M80 already pushed VP to bench Electronic. Now can they do some damage to NaVi? That's what we need to look at here, because NaVi, the start, when they came to Clone with Makazi coming in, it was all positive. We were all singing their praises. And since then, it's been down, 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 down.
Normally, when you bring in a new player, you get out of a player break, you're supposed to be better game by game, tournament by tournament. I feel it's going
City
different
2,
direction
a
right
ja
now for
sam
NaVi,
teo,
and I see some
brate,
of the same issues, the
pa
same
Batelli,
problems I
znaš
saw
da
heading into the
sam,
player
mislio
break
sam da odigram,
before they
brate,
made
City
this
daje
teams.
2
I
gola.
don't know what it is, Vu, but when I look at this lineup, and when I look at the vibes within that camp, you know, the general mood, the body language, the way they speak to each
City
other.
daje 2
I don't
gola,
know what it is,
brate, to
but
je
it does
1.70.
seem from the outside at least
Ali
that
vidjet ću
team
kako se
does not
otvori
enjoy
utakmica,
playing
znači imamo
Counter-Strike
ga
together.
live na
They're
TV,
professionals,
ću
they'll do
opaliti
it,
pa
but
ću da
if you
vidim.
don't enjoy it,
Edit,
it's gonna hinder
Brighton
you.
1+,
Yeah, sometimes it
West Ham
sucks to
1+,
talk about
Djokovic
the
više
kind
od
of the
3
black
seta.
hole that is the vibes.
Tri,
We
znači,
talk about
ono,
the Liege and FaZe, but I think
jebena
the
stvari.
reality is when
Brighton,
you
da li
look
će
at
da
them in
go
the game,
City, brate?
they do look
Gledao sam i
uncertain
zadnja
of each
2
other,
kola, bili su
uncertain of
kurac, West
themselves.
Ham je
They
kurac.
wait that extra second to go for a peek.
A
They
Djokovic
wait
je
that
realnost,
extra second
da.
where they go a little too
Kassad
early, like
mišljenje
they're
o
not on the
Pimku.
same
Dobar li
page
je likić
sometimes.
Pimk kad ga
And that
znaš ovako, ovo
does
što je
come
na
down
kameri, to
sometimes
je
to
druga
vibes, how
priča.
much confidence you have in your teammates, how much you believe in the system, and I think that's been missing for them for quite a while.
Jeste,
And
jeste, manja
Makazi,
je kvota
despite being
1.67
everything
je,
you hoped he would
brate.
be, just hasn't fixed it.
1.67
That's it,
je...
right? One player change may have not fixed it. Some people thought they were going to make 2 player changes with it.
Je da
Looking at
City
Clone,
daje 2
that
gola.
result
Ako
was
City
good, but
otvori
how
napadački
disappointing
rokam
are
live,
the next 2
brate,
results?
šta me
Not
boli
making it
kurac.
to Bounty Finals, then insta-eliminated at EWC.
I think it is disappointing for NaVi, and it was a bit of a surprise.
Može,
Them
ovaj
losing to
menjao se
3
dosta i
max
Rodri
EWC,
se vratio.
that's a
Hvala
rough loss.
Kurcu da
Again,
se
now they
vratio
find
više.
themselves in a rough position.
2 i od 0 do 4 golova, 2
Something needs to
4.
change during this tournament. You cannot have 3 tournaments in a row
Ok,
where it keeps
nije
getting
loša
worse and
kvota
worse
za
and
to,
worse.
samo što
They
ja
are
i
bootcamping
Opster ne
right
volim
now, so
duple
seemingly
otpade,
actively
brate.
doing something in
Ne
order to
volim
change
to
it.
čekam
So I'm not
2
ready to
neka
say
ishoda da se
roster
desi,
change
daš.
right now, but it also depends on who you can get.
Mislim, ja
Elise is on the
kapiram, ako
market right
bude,
now, if
brate,
you can get
dvojka,
him.
verovatno će da bude
They've had,
od 0 do
time to
4
boot
golova,
camp
ali
since
opet je
EWC
nekako
straight
meni
to
u glavi
EWC into boot camp.
2
But
ishoda,
McCarthy has been
brate,
the
i onda me
bright
to
spot of this
toliko
team,
nervira.
right? We
Kao
have
ono
liked
kad
what we've
igraš
seen from him, but now he
1x
needs
i
to
2
support
plus,
Makazi.
brate.
I
Što se
mean, you
tu
saw him
nerviram, brate.
against FaZe on Mirage. Mirage, he had over 100 ADR. He was this unbelievable player, but not good enough. And that's the problem with Makaze so far. Great, and you can't put this on him, but just not good enough to push NaVi over the line. And that's not something that you should be saying about NaVi. When we talk about NaVi 2024, we're talking about a team that was more than the sum of their parts. They were getting so much out of every single player, and everyone was peaking at the right times. Now it feels like it's moving in the opposite direction.
I agree. I think for a long time we've been praising Blade, we've been praising AlexyB as well, but I think it's time to also look at those two and be like, what are you doing here, right? Can't you get the most out of your team anymore? Are you looking to potentially make a roster change? What is up with it? As much as we want to praise Blade and AlexyB for when things are going well, which has been the case for NaVi when you look, I guess, back at the last 365 days, then overall it's been a good period. But as of recently, AlexyB's individual output, the output of the team, not up there. So Blade and AlexyB, find a solution or move on to something else.
Hey, Blade's back now. He's fixed his collarbone or whatever the hell was broken. Now he's all fine. Don't disrespect the GOAT like that. You can't do that.
I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just saying that if we praise them all the time, it's also fair that we point a bit of a critique towards them when things are not working.
Start the conversation.
Start the conversation. Well, I'm not ready to have that conversation yet, but I will have a conversation around
Udarite
the
like,
in
brate,
Wonderful
na-
and Slacks, because both
na
of
stream
them,
da me
we
kupi
suspected a lot
algoritam,
more from
molim.
Slacks when we first saw him, you know, on the M80 side, especially throughout this tournament. But Wonderful's kind of in the same boat, but it's been a longer time talking about
I would say this is somewhere you need to think of the comparison, because Wonderful's received a lot of criticism, but he's an opera where it's hard to find a replacement that would be better. He is a solid player that maybe just wasn't as good as you wanted him to be at times. Slacks, on the other hand, he's a great player when he's playing in a competition, but there's levels to this. Wonderful is a couple of levels above Slacks, and Slacks still has to prove himself against top 50 teams, even top 30 teams.
Čega ma, pa nego šta ću,
And
brate,
this is a
znaš
great
kako mi je
example
lepo.
of a time when he could. If Wonderful
Sad
has
sam,
one
evo,
of those
sad
off
ćemo
games,
vidjeti što
if
ima.
Slacks could try and actually get a few picks on Wonderful, the same thing we saw Jambo do against Kersey.
Now, we saw already M80 can lose overpass and still bounce back.
Pa ja,
This
brate,
time they won't have a chance of playing it,
Babateli,
so it
mislim,
makes
ja
the
sam to,
veto a bit
sad
more
sam
interesting.
uplatio sam to kao radi zabave,
Train
iskreno.
and Inferno is
Više
my eyes
nego
are not,
kao da se nešto
making a
ozbiljno
fool out
sam
of
tu,
me.
ali vidjet ću, možda prođe. Jer ako pogodiš 5 puta za redom na 1.33, 1.30, 1.500 dođe do nekih 6.000, jer tamo nakon to prođe bacimo neki giveaway, boli nas kuri.
It took a bit of time for people to pick up on the map, but now it seems to be a fan favorite by a lot of the teams.
I think when you look at NaVi, I think they've been kind of looking for that spot in the map pool where they can be comfortable, because last year they had Mirage for so much of that time. Now they've got kind of a question mark. Where should they go? I thought they should be picking up Overpass, but this is not the team to try that against. M80 is an incredible Overpass team, so map pool looks pretty much standard.
How much of a chance does M80 realistically have on Ancient? Because this was the Makazi specialist map, you know, where he can just dominate for. But M80 can play well against regional competition.
I think, and it may sound a bit disrespectful to M80, I think it comes down to NaVi. If NaVi is just playing close to the normal level, let's say 70-80%, there should be no way M80 is winning this game. I do expect them, with the way M80 has been playing so far, to make the game competitive, but it's up to NaVi to fall down to the level of M80 if we want a close game.
This is a game where Lake, maybe against Makaze, could get something done. M80 do have an 8-game win streak on this map against NA competition. They have a chance, certainly.
They have a chance, but we'll have to see if they can keep that going for them here. Let's get to Hugo and Harry and see how the game unfolds.
Yes, here we are. M80 ready to take on NaVi. Hugo, you
Ne
have
znam, i osoj
some
papa.
worries about this one. You've been
Znači
jittery
da
about it
dobije,
all
brate,
day.
to
Is
zato
this,
što
is
nema
this
overpassa,
NaVi
brate.
woes, or what do
Nema
you think?
overpassa.
It's NaVi woes, right? Like it's we expect
Šta
NaVi
kažem
to
na
win this
Page i
game.
Brokija, pa imao je dobar game
in that
juče, vidio
sense,
sam ono
but it's
plaču
what level do we
liku,
get out of
nera.
NaVi today is the big question.
Svaka čast,
M80
brate. To je onaj
already shot for
Broki,
the moon in
njima
taking
treba taj
a
Broki,
map
brate, da bude
away from
stalan,
Vitality,
ili makar
but, you
skoro
know,
stalan,
it's
ne
overpass, it's a
jedan u
bit of
50
a
game.
new situation. It's where a lot of top teams have been struggling. Across a BO3, you would like to think NaVi are good for it. Today they've got to prove it. Fnatic waiting in the final game of this group. M80 in the way. Can NaVi just shunt them out of the conversation here?
We'll have to find out. Something explosive in the pistol for M80. As they all lean over here towards B. Gonna have a heaven jump up to deal with, but they're already past it. Sim with the spot, sees multiple players spilling in towards the cave, and now NaVi starts to give chase. That bomb only just getting planted. And so NaVi right here, ready to retake the before that bomb's even down. A Slacks double kill, 2 in the dirt. He's hunting down Ema over at ramp as well. And they get out, they get to assemble this post plant here. Both players ramp side. It's tapped, but there's the peaks. Lake knocks him down. Him and Slacks with that pistol on their back for M80.
Ja mislim o Shipcu, brate, no Shipterima uvijek imam isto mišljenje. To je svima poznato. Nećemo da dajemo, brate, ni trunku vremena Shipterima ovdje na kanalu. Jer je to protivno svemu čemu se mi, brate,
M80 take the pistol, NaVi take an eco.
Orijentiš.
Don't be surprised if we see a quick game, a chaotic game out of M80. They know they need to ruffle NaVi if they want to win this match.
Ali mora da je bolje.
Wonderful Deagle. In a difficult position to flash.
Buba, buba, mara.
Good double tag. Swisher put low. Wonderful. Burning alive, but still here. Not for long. Lake comes in to sweep him aside. And so any danger avoided. As M80 take the pistol and the conversion.
Promising start for Lake. Back-to-back triple kills in these first 2 rounds. And I mean, that one, you were right, and the Wonderful had done a lot, you know, a tag down range. Double tag onto, I think it was Swisher, and the kill. But Lake chasing an ace.
With the ace.
It's all 5 up against the Pistols. He's 8-0 to start this off. And this guy is swimming in cash. Lake's a gold.
Wonderful ne reaguje.
Jump in it. Here's NaVi's full buy, no AWP.
Srbija, bato.
Early investment, they've even got an SMG.
Hvala.
To allow for nades on Alexi. Be cave side.
Ne bi prihvatio. Ne bi prihvatio.
All outside of mid right now.
Što može mnogo previše stresa za premalo, brate.
And the A nades pull NaVi out of position. That gives M80 some room. NaVi realized very quickly this is a fake. But as they get back to position, the donut smoke renders mid.
Jesam na NaVi, rush.
So they get to take some space with this one. Break.
Nade for Wonderful used very early, and no one spotted on the back of it. Lake takes his timing. They clear Ema out in the red room. And now Lake just comes barreling through with support from Hext, putting pressure on these B players. Makazi picked up in the downtime. Wonderful out on an island here. Gets away with a lot of damage again, and 2 kills to keep this kind of interesting for NaVi. They're just so far removed.
Ma bre, lagano, Dejana je opušteno. Da li mislim da će biti još balkanska ekipa, da se oforme pod ekipa, mislim Morge, pošto od nas ima dosta koji želimo da igramo. Morge, da ti nešto pruže, one, brate, tanka priča. Baš tanka. Mislim da NaVi win samo, ne NaVi 2-0. Koliko face plaća nema, pa mislim da nije ispod 15-20
Slacks perhaps has to call the bluff.
Jesi, Pavle.
Will Alexi stick this bomb? It's an open plant, unorthodox one. And Alexi just trying to find this quick kill, but it's not given away. Tap, Slacks, goes for a jiggle, got a full swing, and will win the round for M80. Last place Alexi expected. I love that setup there for M80, just every step of it with the perfect reaction when the donut regress comes in. B players are able to help out from heaven.
Na nekoj svadbi, tako da ne znam za ovaj giveaway kad će biti, da li sutra je mislio ili kad je mislio. Pojma ne. Neću da ga zapitkujem dok je na svadbi ništa, ono.
I love that Slacks just uses the breadth of the time as well, right? Like, unorthodox plan plays out towards main. When Alexi approaches the site, he's really hoping the bomb is planted anywhere else, where the tell is a bit more obvious as to where that last T is. You could see he just didn't have the read, didn't have the info. Slacks could have been anywhere. And so not an easy clutch by any margin for Alexi B, and unable to stick the landing at the first time of asking.
G's come running, but Sin gets out of cave. Ooh, then he gets back in. The nade may land, but double MP9 rips his head off.
Propadaju, brate, zato što su mentoli. Gde si duo?
M80 just try and win the round by speeding up on A. Lake is pathing so aggressively in these rounds. Just staying mobile. Hard to stop. 10-1.
Ema up top.
Oof.
Quickly brought down.
A little micro jump from Hex really offset his model.
They're wiggly, they're jiggly, they're hard to grab hold of.
Yeah. M80, they're used to this online play as well, right? This is a team that's been grinding, been playing a lot of cups, a lot of qualifiers, a lot of things domestically. It's part of the reason they have run away with Overpass as of late.
Ne znam da će biti posle Faceit.
14, 13 times.
Jeste, upravo si Mato, ako je taj swap, to je joke. Firepowera ništa, treba da igra magijski, ono. Laki, moram da vidim samo da li je večeras, da li se večeras trade oslobađa ili sutra ujutro.
8 here on Ancient, and of course the level of opposition isn't that to compare to NaVi.
Znam da sam kupio, jer već je bilo prošlu nedelju, tako? Tu su mi u inventaru, mogu između mapa da pogledam. Podsjetim samo, molim.
A scary team in that regard. So NaVi can't underestimate their opponent here. Not in this lower bracket. We're seeing all the reasons why, just very clean XX right now. Expecting NaVi with stronger individuals to carry them through some of these moments, perhaps in this gun round.
Meni se sve čini da je pisalo 1. septembar. Pa i ja mislim da je sutra ujutro. Pa mislim ne treba, ja bih volio live da vam podelim, Laki. Zato što imam ja vaš trade link. Ja bih volio live da vam podelim ono kao naš, ali ako niste tu, samo ću vam pošaljem trade offer, ti ga prihvati kad ti stigne i to je to.
With the spot, now giving chase. He'll play into this a little bit later. He needs his teammates in B to not fall early. He's got to be quiet on the approach. Awkward there for Slacks, caught out in no man's land with nades pulled.